So good evening, everyone. Today is speaking session 1, and the trainer for today is Mr. Shafiq Mohammed. These are a few instructions for you all. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and a noise-free environment, for which we recommend you to use your earphones for the best experience. Also, respect your instructor, your classmates, and yourself. Be respectful and professional, and do not write anything inappropriate in the chat box. Moving ahead to the memberships that are available to you all. So there are 3 memberships that are there: bronze, silver, and gold. You instantly become a bronze member when you get yourselves registered on the Ubergrad website. And then we have the silver and the gold memberships with additional features, as can be seen on the screen. So in order to get yourselves upgraded to any of these silver or gold memberships, you can just drop in your details in the chat box, and we'll get you in contact with the organization, or you can just directly go to the website of Ubergrad and get yourselves registered, upgraded to these memberships from there. Moving ahead, we have these free profile evaluations at Ubergrad, which is done by our experts, which consists of university shortlisting, course recommendations, country recommendations, which are made according to a student's future aspirations, career objectives, academic strengths, and needs and requirements. Moreover, we also have recommendations report, which is customized for your profile and requirements. According to your needs and requirements, these reports are customized. Then we also have doubt clearance regarding the study abroad process, which consists of the shortlisting, application, scholarships, etc. So these are a few live classes that goes on at Ubergrad from Monday to Friday. First, we have the free GRE live classes, which goes on from Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30, which is a 2-month course, and it's an online class. Moreover, we have free live Duolingo classes, which goes on from Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 7:30. It's a 2-week course. It's also an online class. So in order to get yourselves enrolled for any of these live classes, you can just directly go to the website and get yourselves enrolled over there. Moving forward, you get a gold membership for rupees 499, for which you get benefits worth rupees more than a 50K at Ubergrad. So the other consultants, they provide with various features like live IELTS coaching, live GRE coaching, university shortlisting and application, SOP and LOR writing services, visa support, loan support. So you get all these facilities at more than a 50K, but over here you just get it for rupees 499. So if you want to avail this facility, you can directly go to the Ubergrad website and upgrade yourself to this gold membership. Moving forward, we have some of the achievements of the students who got themselves enrolled at Ubergrad. So now I'll quickly show you the website of Ubergrad. Yeah. So here is the website of Ubergrad, which is ubergrad.com. And over here, you have a lot of information, a lot of things to explore about the various countries. Yeah, about the various countries, universities, courses, and examinations. So you can just directly go to the website and explore a lot about these. You'll get a lot of information according to your needs and requirements. And also it would give you a clear picture of what you require. So we also have free profile evaluation and talk to a counselor option, and test preparation store is there, which consists of live IELTS, live GRE, live Duolingo classes, as I mentioned before. We also have additional services, and blogs are uploaded on a daily basis. So you can just go to the website and check out these things. Moreover, in order to avail yourself to the daily handouts and the recordings of the sessions that are going on, directly go to the Ubergrad website, ubergrad.com. Go to your name, My Test Preparation, go to IELTS Academic Comprehensive Live Classes course. It will take you to this window. Then since last week was listening session, so on Friday we had the listening session 5. So in order to get yourself available to the handouts of that and the recordings of that, just go to listening day 5 handout just click on that. It will directly take you to day 5 handout, and the recording also 2.5.8. Just go to that and it will show you the recording for day 5 listening, that is 27th of October. So you can directly go and check out these handouts and the recordings of the various session. For today's session also, you can avail the recording tomorrow after this session if you have missed something out. So that's it from my side. Also, I'll be posting the Telegram channel link for IELTS. You can just go and join the channel for more information and more your according to your needs and requirements. There is a lot of information over there as well, as in mock tests are there, so you can make yourself available with those as well. So now for the session, I would like to hand over the platform to our trainer, Mr. Shafiq Mohammed. So, sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so good evening, guys. I think we met so early this week. I was supposed to meet you the upcoming week or the next week, actually. So someone wanted me bad. Okay, so we are doing the speaking session this week, and next week it is going to be writing session. That would be our last session, guys. So very good evening, Lalit. Yes, Lalit Kumar. Okay, so so stay on with us for all these 4 modules. Ways you have completed reading and listening. Last week it was listening, and before last week it was reading. So reading and listening you completed, and this week we are going to do extensively speaking. And after this week, you would be headed to writing module. Okay. So let me quickly share the screen, and then we'll discuss what is speaking all about. Okay, so I think now you can see my screen. Okay, great. So what is speaking all about? Speaking is all about, where you need to speak with the examiner. You will have a live examiner or a live person who will be taking your examination. Okay. So these people will be mostly, um, principals or retired lecturers, like even those are working also, but mostly those who have been, not working anywhere, or especially not, IELTS courses and all. So mostly English lecturers or retired principals. So these kind of guys will be your examiner, speaking examiner, and it will be one-to-one session. Okay, even if you're taking a CBT, which is a computer-based test, it would be face-to-face. The speaking would be face-to-face, but other 3 modules like listening, reading, writing, LRW, listening, reading, writing will be on computer-based, on computer, okay? But speaking will be extensively with a, live person, or it would be face-to-face. But in the pandemic, I've seen that like after the pandemic, when they started again conducting IELTS examination, the speaking would like mostly on video calling and all. Even in some areas, and in Andhra, I've seen that. I mean, some places, not everywhere. Okay, so I've seen that now also people giving a Zoom session, Zoom speaking session, but that is only again 1 to 2% chances only. But 99 point 99%, 98% would be face to face round only. Okay, it would be like an interview, but no need to be formal. So mostly test takers would have doubt about speaking examination thing. So do I need to do, or how should I go and all. So I tell only one thing. So even if it is even if it is not a formal speaking or interview kind of thing, dress yourself nicely, okay, so that or formally, at least semi-formally. Okay, no need to wear a tie and all or a blazer and all. So just go uh, in a good attire where you're reasonably, decent enough. Okay, and don't go in shorts and sleeveless and all. Okay, so it's better you dress reasonably and a bit of formal thing. But this examination is not formal. The reason is the examiner is going to ask you like personal questions. But in the interview, they might not ask you, but this is like a conversation will be mostly a very casual one. But the marks and the scores are not casual. Okay, so they're checking your how well you can speak casually, because you need to go to a different country where you need to speak in English, or there where you need to study in English, where you need to submit your theses in English, or assignments in English, where you need to speak with the colleagues or with your co-students there in English. So definitely it would not be formal every time, isn't it? So some of the questions might be formal, but the talk of speaking would start casually. Okay, by just asking like where you're from, tell me something about your hometown, or so. These are the things uh, where it has been decided that speaking is not a formal one. But I want you to be formally dressed up and go and the examination, because the examination is only for 11 to 14 minutes. By 15th minute, you'll be out of the examination center. Believe me, unless the examination is quite interested in you. Okay. Usually, I've seen some of my students or the test takers like hardly spending 10 to 11 minutes and coming out, because there's a saying always, right? To know your English levels, if a person speaks like or be with you for 10 minutes, you would understand your language. Okay, it is also the same thing when, for example, those who are not from same state or a same country or not from same area, they come from a different place and try to settle here and try to mingle up with. Then also you would find out within 5 to 10 minutes, you find out, okay, this guy is not from here, isn't it? So this is the same way to judge your language or to give you scores. I think the examiners need just 10 to 11 minutes. Okay. So the entire examination of speaking happens within 14 minutes. Okay. So, yes. So to the examination center, even in just like LRW, you're not going to take any gadget. No gadgets are allowed, like watches, even earphones or headphones, mobile phones, obviously. Okay, all these things are not allowed. So you need to leave everything outside the examination center and go. But the two gadgets will be there with the examiner. So what are those two gadgets? One will be a recorder. It will be in the shape of a remote. It will be a recorder in between you and the examiner, because the entire examination is recorded, guys. The whole examination is recorded. The moment you enter into the room of the examination, I mean the examiner, because it will be mostly, I've seen, like they would conduct in a hotel room. Okay, once you enter the examination room, the entire thing is recorded. Okay, and it's a proof that you have given the examination. Okay, so that is one gadget, recorder, and another one is stopwatch. The examiner will have a stopwatch. Why they have a stopwatch? I'll tell you. Okay, once we start doing it, once we get into speaking in deep. Okay, still people are joining. Okay. Hmm. So speaking has three sections or three parts. We can call it as three parts. So part one is again 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, part one is 4 to 5 minutes. Part two is 3 to 4 minutes, and part three is 4 to 5 minutes. Altogether, again, it is coming around 11 to 12 minutes. Okay, part one. What is part one all about? Okay, so part one is all about where the examiner will be asking general questions which are related to you. For example, like I told you, they would start with a question, tell me about yourself. They tell me something about yourself. Tell me in brief about yourself. But nowadays, the examiners are asking a simple question because they don't want to hear your entire, maybe they don't want to hear your entire introduction, but believe me, they want you to, they want to know what you are. So they would simply ask you, what do you do now? What are you doing nowadays? Okay, that means you need to tell at present what you're doing. So, are you a student? Are you looking for a job? Are you looking to pursue your further studies? So, whatever the present situation is, you need to tell. Mostly, the test takers would be students, or either students or working professionals. So, sometimes some test takers might also be in a doubt. I'm not even a student. I'm not even a still a employee. I'm not working anywhere because I'm still in a process to go to a foreign country and study abroad. Right? I'm going to study in abroad. So that is the dilemma they have. Whatever it is, you need to say that. Say that. I finished my graduation. I'm looking forward to study MS in so and so country. That is the reason I applied for IELTS examination, or that is the reason I applied for IELTS. Okay, so whatever it is, whatever the situation is, you need to talk about it, guys. So it should be natural. It's not something you have to make up or made up words or sentences. No, whatever naturally comes to your mind, you need to speak about it. Okay, so yes, part one is all about yes. After your introduction, they would jump off to questions on any topic like hometown, okay, family or studies. If you say you're a student, they might ask you a few questions on studies. For example, why did you choose that stream, or why did you choose that subject? They might ask you a few questions on studies. Or if you say you're working as of now, before you plan to do MS, you are plan to go abroad. You're working. If you say I'm working at present, or I'm doing my some course. So whatever it is, you need to talk about it. So if you say you're working, they would ask, why did you choose this profession? Why did you what kind of work is involved, or day to day what kind of work would you do in your job? So these are the questions which will come up. And apart from it, they might also ask you about your hometown, hobbies, interests. So what are part one questions? So there are, set of questions, like it's repetitive, most of the questions are repetitive in speaking. So that's the reason I tell students or test takers to, prepare on set of questions like 50 to 60 questions. I think those are quite repeated. So preparing on 50 to 60 items, or question types, I think that is more than enough. When you are able to speak on those questions, you can speak on any topic in this world, I believe. Okay, so yes. So what are the like question types, or topics which you get in section one or part one? Okay, we'll see. So part one is about 4 to 5 minutes. We are going to extensively discuss about part one. Okay, today. And what else? Yes. So these are the band descriptors, or how the bands are given in IELTS. So mostly what happens in listening and reading is it depends upon how many correct answers you get, isn't it? For example, last week we were discussing, like, out of 40 correct answers, if you get 30 to 32, okay, 32 correct answers you got, for example, then you would get 7 bands, isn't it? If you get 35 and above, you get 8+ bands, isn't it? So in this, so there is a specific, mark where you can actually identify how, according to the correct answers or correct, responses where you given listening and reading both. But whereas in speaking and writing, it is not the same. So speaking, we'll not discuss about writing today. We'll extensively discuss about speaking. And speaking is mostly, uh, given marks or given bands goes on these 4 criterias. So the criterias are in front of you, which is fluency and coherence and lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Okay. Uh, just 1 minute. Okay, I think these are very small, so I need my glasses. Okay, fluency. So fluency in coherence is nothing but where you need to be fluent enough and you need to speak without any, pauses or without any hesitation. When do you get a pause? When you hesitate, or when your thought process is not up to the mark, or when you can't think about the topic further, isn't it? Then only your fluency get hampered, isn't it? So fluency and coherence actually nothing. But coherence is actually speaking on the topic and staying on the topic, and skillfully, speaking on the topic with, without going out of the topic again. That is what the coherence is. Okay. So fluency and coherence will go hand in hand again. Okay, if you are quite fluent and you occasionally repeat some of the sentences or words, or you do some self correction. Okay, so hesitation may occasionally occur. Okay, topic development is coherent and appropriate and relevant when you are on the topic, when you are speaking, according to the given topic or given question. Okay, so then also score 8+ bands, guys. I've seen people scoring 8, even in 8+ in speaking. So mostly 9 bands, I believe. 8.5 I've seen. 9 bands I've seen people who get, who are very near to the uh, native speakers. Okay, so that is what it is. Then lexical resources. We'll talk about lexis is nothing but, in our own words, it is called as vocabulary. Lexis is nothing but vocabulary. So lexical resources here are nothing but total flexibility over the precise use of all context. For example, where you are able to use different kinds of vocabulary, where you are able to use, idiomatic language and other things. So these are the things where you actually can express in such a way that you're very near to the native speaker. See, end of the day, the examiner also knows that you're not a native speaker, or you're not from those English speaking countries, but it is that where you can actually sustain yourself and show that yes, I know enough of language, enough of I have enough of vocabulary where I can express myself really well. So that is called lexical resources. Okay, and lexis or vocab doesn't mean that you have to use very high-end vocabulary. No, guys, no, that is not the thing. You have to show the flexibility, or the range of vocabulary here. For example, I always tell my students, this example. Uh, instead of saying Ram is good in studies, Ram is good in sports, Ram is good in nature. Okay, so instead of saying good word every time, if I say Ram is great in sports, Ram is awesome in studies, Ram is nice with his behavior. So I've just changed that good word to another synonym. So this is the range of vocabulary. Even though the vocab which I've used is very simple, but I've showed the range without repetition again. Okay, so even the flexibility, it's not like you have learned few idioms again. So idiomatic language means, again, people say that okay, sir, I learned 1 to 10, 10 idioms. I'll by heart them. I'll use it or there. No, it should not be like that. Say any which ways there are like 30 to 40, 50 idioms. If you type, if you Google it, like daily used idioms in English. If you type, you will get like 40 to 50 idioms. Yes, you should know what they are. And it should not be like you by hearted them and you wanted to fit in your language on that day of examination. Again, it should be natural, guys. So the naturality is what the examiner, even if you don't use idioms, also it's fine. Then also, I've seen without using idioms, people can score 8. 7.5 to 8. And 7.5 to 8, 7.5 to 8 is a great score, guys. It's not a small score. Many students struggle to get it, but it's not even that hard to get 8 bands. So I always tell students to even, yes, try to learn the language, watch videos. Again, students ask me, sir, how can I improve my language? I'm from a Telugu medium background. I'm from a Hindi medium background. I am from a Malayalam medium background. So don't have an excuse. I've seen people, not those who are from their, mother tongue background, or whatever background they have other than English. They have developed the language in due course, and it happens. It won't happen in overnight or fortnight, guys. It will take time. Language, when you have to speak fluently, or to come to a level where you are now from, you want to come to a level where you have to show some improvement. Yes, it will take time. It won't happen in 1 month or 2 months. So, but if you are already an English from an English medium, school or college or university, where you have been studying from, from a long time, then I would say all you need is you need to brush up your language, brush up your skills, communication skills. That's what we do. And nowadays, every college, every school, they work extensively on communication skills, isn't it? English communication skills. And even if I've seen in some parts of South India also, they have the government schools inculcated this English language, and giving the importance of English language, because they have to get into these not only abroad universities, but also to get into jobs. This is very, very important, guys. Then the next band score, or band descriptor, is nothing but grammatical range and accuracy. So grammar is very important. It's not that, again, they're going to check, because when we speak some of the articles, and the prepositions will not be seen when we speak very fluently, isn't it? When we speak with a pace. So, but when you write, you have to write there. The examiner will definitely know, even if you miss an article or a preposition, or whatever it is, you have to be very precise. But here, grammar is important, where you need to you should not make these subject agreement errors. For example, subject, when subject is singular, the verbs will come with yes. Okay, subject verb errors. So these are very commonly we have seen in subject verb agreement errors in most of the students. And also singular plurals. Okay, they say people's. Okay, people. Some people also say children's. So these kind of things. On and not only that, not grammar is not only that, but also speaking at a at a pace where you can actually show that yes, I can construct a long sentence also. Okay, yes. So here not only is, people say that, okay, when you speak very fast, yes, you are very fluent. No, don't don't be very fast in your pace, guys. Again, give yourself time to think what the question is all about, then try to speak normally at a normal pace. Again, don't speak very slow. Hi, my name is Mohammed Shafiq. I am from. Don't again sing over there. Okay. Again, it should be natural. Don't be very slow also. Okay. Yes, grammar is very important. Structures are very important. Remember that yes, when we start doing, obviously we are going to start part one today. So when you start speaking, the grammar, which is important, definitely I'll tell you. Again, no need to go to those very typical grammatical lessons, not required. So communication is quite different than written communication, isn't it? When you speak, yes, there is a certain level of grammar which is very, very important. Okay, that we are going to talk about. And pronunciation. Pronunciation is nothing but uh, at least 90% of the word, 90 to 95% of the word you should speak correctly. You cannot say, for example, descriptors, you can say descriptors. So it is not correct, isn't it? So you need to speak the word originally, or the pronounce the word in whatever the pronunciation is, at least to the 90% of, it should speak, you should speak correctly about the pronunciation, I mean that words. Okay, the pronunciation is very important, but it doesn't mean that you have to sound like a native speaker. No, not required, guys. Because the exam, like I told you, the examiner will already know that you're from India, and this examination is conducted in India. Okay, so mostly, and test takers, some of the students also, like many people also have doubt that, sir, will the examiner be from a foreign country or an English person? So 90% mostly Indian examiners will conduct this examination, guys. 90%. But one or two cases I've seen in Chennai, one of my students have taken, examination over there. So he got a Afro-American as a examiner. Okay. So this is very rarest of the rarest cases. Okay. So 90% would be 90 to 95%. It would be Indian, um, examiners only for speaking. So don't worry about it. But uh, we don't know. I have seen, other European guys taking like this, becoming an examiners in other countries like Dubai. Some of my students were from Dubai and nearby those Dubai cities. So they got a foreign examiner or European examiner. But India, like most of the South Indians, I mean South part, I've seen, like even in Mumbai also I've seen mostly native speak or Indian speak examiners only will be there. I've not seen any foreign, but rarest of the rarest cases, like last month or before last month, one of my students, he has given the examination in Chennai. He told that he got a Afro American. So get prepared for anything and everything, guys. So also it can, like I told you, it can also happen, video Zoom call or a call like this. So don't worry, whatever it is, you need to give your best. You need to, whatever the question they ask, just reciprocate it. So these are the four criteria: fluency and coherence and cohesion. So fluency and coherence, lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. So this is what you need to remember. Okay. And yes, what are fluency and coherence? You can just have a like read about it. You can read these four points on your own. So whatever I told you, it's just written on it. Okay, don't worry about discourse markers and all. Not worry. Just the last point is very, very important. Okay, avoid repetition of words and sentences. This is what, if you keep this in mind, definitely you can score 7+ bands in speaking too. And the first one, practice speaking, obviously English regularly, so that you can stay in touch with the language. That is what the first paragraph or first point is all about. Okay. And fillers definitely will use, well, like these kind of things. You can also use however, moreover, and all. But again, this however, moreover, also you can use it. But this however, moreover, in writing it will be nice. Okay, that's what he's trying to say. But in speaking, anything in spoken communication, anything and everything is appropriate unless until you speak grammatically, error. So just avoid those things and avoid repetition of words. Okay. And yes, that would do. So structure and all is not required as of now. So use pauses wherever it is required. Just take a breath of air and then start speaking. Okay. Don't interrupt the flow again. That is what it is. Keep it constant. Okay. Don't pause for a longer time also. So just an equilibrium you need to maintain, guys. This is what you need to do. Okay. And first and foremost, listen to the examiner what this person is asking. So mostly what happens is, even when I like 4 or 5 years ago, I did this IELTS train the train program in British Council. There, what happened is, um, when the examiner was asking some question, we were just role playing. I my, for a fraction of a second, my thought went out somewhere. I missed the other part of the question, what she was asking. So this happens, guys. So all your senses should be on what the examiner is asking. Okay, so it's just those 10 to 11 minutes you need to be in that room, and whatever the examiner is asking, just answer it directly. That's it. Okay. Yes. So let's go to part one. So what is part one all about? Let's see. So like I told you, like part one, initially the examiner will ask you, what do you do? Instead of asking, introduce yourself, typically that question won't be asked like in an interview. What do you do? This would be the question, mostly. What do you do? What are you doing now? Okay. They would, your passport. Once you enter the center, uh, before even you give the exam, they'll check your passport. They'll do some identification a process and all. You need to take your passport along with you. I told you not to take anything, but passport is one thing which you need to take, and also some stationery. Speaking, it is not required. They'll give you a pencil over there, but for LRW, take some stationery, because if you're writing a paper-based test, you need to carry 2 to 3 pencils, one sharpener, and eraser. I told you for speaking, listening, right? Even for speaking, it is not required. They will give you a pencil, because you might have a doubt. Sir, why would I need a pencil when I'm giving a speaking examination? For part two, yes, definitely you're going to write something. That we'll discuss when part two comes. Okay, but no need to take any stationery with you for speaking. Okay, but passport is what you need to take. And before you enter the examination room, it is already all the biometrics and every verification is done. But even to the examiner also, he or she would check your passport. She would say, for example, he or she would say, show me your identification. Then obviously you need to show your passport. Sometimes the examiner will hold the passport and see like this. Okay, don't get panicked. Okay, so the examiner will check your identification. Just it's a see, everything is done before that only, before outside the room only. They'll do all the verifications, but it's a namesake, and it's a one of the rules or criterias for the examiners to do. So they would do it and give you the passport, take the passport, keep the passport with you. Okay, and then they would also read out, okay, this is IELTS examination conducted on so and so date. My name is so and so. For example, the examiner will say, my name is Mohammed Shafiq. I'm your examiner today. You can call me Shafiq. Like this, he or she will tell you. Okay, so then definitely, obviously, they'll know your name, right? The immediate question is, they would ask you, what do you do? Already they know your name. So you would start. You would start without telling your name, because already your name is known to her or him. Okay. Again, no need to start. Hi, my name is, not required. So they would ask, okay, Vijay, tell me about yourself. What do you do now? Okay. So any which ways they're uttering your name, or if they're in confusion, for example, what can I call you? Because sometimes some of the South Indian names, they're very big, Vijay, Venkata, Raghava. If the name is very big, or if the name is quite peculiar, where you know that the examiner cannot pronounce something, you can give your simple name also there. Yes, if the name is very big, you can call me Vijay. For example, once the identification is, okay, your name is so and so, so and so, what can I call you? Or if when she's uttering your name, you can call me Vijay. something like that. Okay, you're comforting the examiner to what to call you, because your name is so big, or sometimes the names are quite peculiar. You can also say, you can call me Sam if you have a pseudonym, but actually keep it up to your real name only, a real name, which is most of the last names they would not utter, but you have to tell. They'll ask you, can you tell me your full name? Obviously you will tell your full name. For example, Veera Venkata Raghava, for example, something is there. After telling that, because they are checking your passport, isn't it? She's checking your passport, isn't it? She's just seeing the passport and asking your name. So you'll tell the full name, whatever it is there in the passport, and comfort her with a name from the given name in the passport. You can call me Vijay, for example, like that. One name where people call you usually, isn't it? People don't call you the entire name. So that is one thing you need to do there. Okay, comfort the examiner with your name, guys. Okay, then after that, definitely the examiner will ask you these set of questions. After your, for example, after you say that I'm working professional, they would ask you, she would ask you something like, why did you choose this profession? What do you do in your day-to-day job? Okay, something related to work. Then any topic, not all the topic, guys, not all the topics which you see here, any topic, only on one topic, maybe 4 questions might ask, 4 to 5 questions. That's it, not more than that. So, for example, if they choose a topic on clothes, they would ask like 4 to 5 questions on clothes. Okay, then the part one is done. Introduction, they ask you what you do, obviously, why you're doing it, and then they choose any topic of these. These are the mostly repeated topics in part one, guys. If you want, you can take a screenshot. You can do that, and it is also available in our Ubergrad website. You can go through, our Ubergrad website where you have the material. Okay, so yes, all the part one questions are these mostly. Okay, one time, one guy got something on perfumes. Okay, a topic on perfumes in part one itself. Okay, so it is very rare to get a different kind of topic, but any which ways, whatever it is related to you. See, work is related to you, hometown is related to you, clothes, what kind of clothes do you wear, do you shop online or offline? So it's all about you. So definitely part one is everything is related to you, and these are general questions and familiar topics. Familiar means related to you. Okay, I hope it is understood now. Yes, these are the tips where you have to know about entire speaking. Stay calm and confident. So you have to be confident. I know when you speak to a new person, many people will have this hesitation, or this tension in their mind. Okay, how will I speak? Obviously it's an examination, definitely you will have a tension kind of thing, or you will hesitate to speak, isn't it? The confidence levels will go down, but don't show it on your face, because so already you have gone through many topics, you have practiced so much before the examination, so you know many things now. So show that confidence on your face, and definitely speak fluently. That confidence levels actually get you to the fluency, believe me. Okay, and definitely part one is a warm-up kind of session in between. See, it won't be for a longer time, it just for 2 to 3 minutes, isn't it? Part one again. So since then they jump off to topic round, which is part two, so that we are going to discuss later. Okay, yes. So yes, don't answer it yes or in yes or no. That is, don't answer it in short answers or short-ended answers. You need to answer after yes, after no. For example, um, uh, do you shop online or offline? Do you shop regularly? No, don't say no and keep quiet. No, I don't shop regularly, but I sometimes, go out with my friends for window shopping, because in my area it's quite hot in the summer. Sometimes I just go to these malls and chill out over there. So you have to tell some sentences after that. Don't stop your answer with yes or no. That is what the examiner wants. Okay. So students or test takers also ask me, sir, how many sentences I need to speak? So here there is no count of sentences, but for their some mind relax. I tell them at least try to speak in 2 to 3 sentences. Part one, whatever question they ask, try to speak in 2 to 3 sentences. Again, it should not be like under the table. Okay, 1 sentence, 2 sentences. Okay, Shafiq sir told only 3 sentences. I'll speak only 3 sentences. No, guys, it should be like natural. Okay, it should natural. You should naturally pause it. Whatever the question is, naturally. Even sometimes the sentence you have only 2 sentences to speak on that question. So be honest with it, and then speak about it. That's it. Okay, and but don't go on speaking on that same question for like hours and hours. Obviously, the examiner will not have that hours and hours. The prescribed time given to your slot is only 10 to 14 minutes. After 14 to 15 minutes, you'll be out of the room because another person is waiting for the examination. So the examiner will not have all the time. Again, don't prolong your speech on one question because the examiner has also have to ask other questions as well, isn't it? They'll not only stick with part one. So you need to maintain that equilibrium and see the examiner's mood and swing. How the examiner is asking. Okay, if the examiner is rushing out with the questions, just keep quiet, answer it, and when the examiner is interrupting you with the your answer and going to the next question, that means the examiner is getting what he or she wants. So she wants to ask other questions. So don't interrupt. I mean, don't go on with the first question itself. I believe you understood now. So you need to go with the examiner's mood. Okay. So definitely once the examiner, you are able to show the examiner that yes, I can speak really well. Definitely the examiner will end the session within 10 to 11 minutes and he'll be out of the examination. Okay. That is what it is. And don't repeat the words and questions. Definitely that is what one thing you're going to do. Structure answers correctly. So this is again structure and all, it will become more mechanical, I believe. So speak naturally. Whatever you get, whatever fresh thought, again, whatever fresh thought you get according to that question at that point of time, just speak. So this is called speaking your mind. Okay. So that is what you need to do. But listen to the question carefully. That is very important. Now, um now I'll ask few questions. We are going to start. Obviously, it's a speaking session. It's a two-way round, right? I'll ask few people few questions. I want you guys to raise hands, and it will come first. Okay. So let's see who's going to raise hand. You can raise hands now. I'll be asking some few very simple questions. Okay. Like for example, what do you do in your free time? Okay, guys. So now you can raise your hand and allow you to speak. Okay. So it would come the one who has raised the hand first. Okay. So it would come first serve basis. Okay. Um. Okay. So let's go with Ujjwal. Ujjwal, Ujjwal Pal, are you there?
I'm there.
Yeah, hi, Ujjwal. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay. Ujjwal, where are you from?
I am from Uttar Pradesh, Prayagraj.
Okay. So, tell me a bit about your hometown, like how it is.
So my hometown is in Prayagraj, and Prayagraj is also famous for its holy places. Like there is a Ganga river, and it is the mixture of sea river.
Okay.
Yeah, and few days ago, it also has conducted international, national Air Force Day in Allahabad.
Okay. Okay. So, Ujjwal,
Yeah.
um, what do you do usually?
I am a student and I am planning for going abroad in Germany for my bachelor's.
Okay. So, what have you done your bachelor's?
So no, I'm not doing my bachelor's. I'm trying to go Germany for my bachelor's. Currently, I'm in 12th grade.
Okay, you wanted to do I mean bachelor's in your Germany in the Germany, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Bachelor's
okay,
from Germany.
okay. So you've done your plus two now.
I mean, not I not have done anything. I mean, I have just trying to collect all the informations from where I can get, so I can be very comfortable for all of these things.
But uh, what stream you want to do in Germany?
I mean, computer science, BTech from
Okay.
computer science.
Why did you choose computer science, Ujjwal?
Because when I was in 10th grade, I mean, a very much interest in coding and artificial intelligence. And I mean, artificial intelligence, it is I mean, very broad subject, and it is very related, and it is very good for our future. And if I invest in this, so I might be get a very profitable return.
Yes, definitely. So, Ujjwal, what do you do in your free time?
Usually, I used to scroll reels on Instagram.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
I
You
mean,
choose.
I used to watch reels on Instagram. I mean,
Okay,
some people used to do this.
okay. So, apart from watching reels on Instagram, what else you would do? You have any hobbies?
Yeah, I have hobbies in coding.
Oh, so you love coding.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, how I said that I want to do computer science in BTech. So this is my dream. I mean, I want to be a very great, I mean, software engineer.
Okay, so your aim is to become a software engineer.
Yeah,
Okay, but you said only artificial and C, software engineer, even if you learn some of the languages like C, C++, Python and all. I'm not sure about those languages, but I know these few.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's more than enough. But why
Yeah,
AI, artificial intelligence again?
I mean, artificial intelligence is a very new technology. I mean, have you your phone? In your phone, you can see a face recognition. I mean, face recognition is a AI technology which is used, I mean, to recognize you. I mean, for privacy. It is also a AI. Nowadays, ChatGPT, Microsoft Bing, Google Bard, these are some newly technologies which is representing. I mean, nowadays, Tesla also has introduced a AI bot. I mean, these are how much, I mean, if you think about, if you try to take an interest and you read about them, so they are already become an interesting field about you. I mean, if
Okay,
you can,
thank
yeah,
you. So this is where the examiner interrupts like this. If you are like going on and on and on, yes, I know it's your favorite subject.
yeah, yeah,
Again, you should see how the examiner is, behaving or how the examiner is going with these questions on the flow.
yeah,
Okay. So don't again prolong it, like I told you before. Okay. Yes. So I love your confidence as well. The way you wanted to, speak and you raised the hand first. I love your confidence levels. You have utmost good confidence levels, and also the language is also good. So the areas where you can improve are you have a little bit of MTI, which is mother tongue influence. Okay, so you need
okay,
to speak. See, mother tongue influence is nothing but uh, some of the words and some of the sentences. I felt that you're speaking in Hindi or your own language. So English has to be spoken like the language. But it's not that I didn't understand your entire conversation. Your 80, 70 to 80% of conversation is absolutely understandable. Okay, but you can
yes,
still, there's always a scope for improvement, isn't it?
yes, yes,
So that's
yes,
where I'm trying to, pitch it. So MTI, remove that MTI. So many people say, sir, you're saying MTI, where can I and how can I do that? So it's
yes,
very simple. So watch more and more of English series, English movies, listen to English documentaries, English podcasts.
okay,
Okay. I developed my language skills of English, by
yeah,
watching movie.
yeah.
So this
By
is
watching
where,
movies is, I mean, by watching English movies is a very good way. I used to watch English movies in my
so
free time.
at that point
Yeah,
of time, I'm talking somewhere, 15 years ago. So now you have, that time there was no, I'm sorry, Android mobile.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't have any mobile. I didn't have any mobile at all. Now we have, the entire world in our
yeah, yeah.
hand,
In our hand,
isn't
yeah,
it? We can learn language really easily. We have podcasts. That time I didn't know what are documentaries, what are podcasts, what are. I only used to watch English movies, English news channels, and
yeah, yeah,
English news channels are mostly in informative language or
yeah.
reportive language. It is not
But
conversation again.
yeah, but
And
there is a
movies,
correct.
yes,
There is a yeah. I used to
yes.
I
Movies
guess
in
yeah, yeah. I used to read the subtitles which is from below the videos or below the audio speaker.
Okay, there's some voice breakage. Maybe due to this, maybe the connection. Okay, no worries. So, apart from MTI, I also wanted to talk about this clarity of speech. Okay, you have
Okay.
clarity, enough of clarity of speech, but you can actually still be more clear when you, imitate these kind of English speakers. Again, I'm not telling you to become an, English, born, but we are not English born people, isn't it? We're
Yeah,
not native speakers of English, but we can just imitate them. We just, the imitation is not to speak like them, but to get the right kind of pronunciation. Okay, so the reason why I asked you to watch these series, serial, and in English, the reason is only the reason is to understand their language, understand how to speak, or get that pronunciation, isn't it?
yeah,
So
yeah,
when a person comes from a different state, even within India also, if in UP, if someone comes from South India like me and start speaking in Hindi, you would definitely understand. अरे ये बंदा तो यहाँ का नहीं है. He's from somewhere else. इसका slang तो अलग है, isn't it? We say that, isn't it? So, though we no need to be a sound like a native speaker, guys. No, it is not only for Ujjwal, it's for everyone. No need to speak like, no need to be a native speaker. The examiner will know, the IELTS entire examination will know, is well known that yes, this guy is from India and he's giving the examination. But your if you improve your MTIs, if you improve your pronunciation, that will lead to a greater band score. Otherwise, definitely people can score easily 6 to 6.5, right? If you have good knowledge of what to speak. And for example, for technology, you said technology somewhere,
yeah. The technology,
technology 2 to 3
technology,
times. So it's technology,
technology.
technology. Okay, so these kind of words and pronunciation, when you hear to these kind of English speaking people, you'll get it. Okay, so technology. Then you said which is, which is blah blah blah. WHICH, which is is. It's not ease. Ease means being easily. Okay, so which is
Which is
yeah, this is where you were like, I mean, I just got 2 to 3 one mistakes where I wanted to just tell you, but this only can be improved very easily because you know what to speak, you are understanding the question, you know what to speak on that question, how to answer it. Only thing is you just need to tune it up, little style it up, where that style brings you that, that aura. Okay, this guy knows English. अरे ये बंदे को English आती है रे, वो ऐसा सोचना चाहिए. That person, the examiner should know, okay, he knows enough of English, he's able to express, and also he has that pronunciation thing also. So that you need to show. So pronunciation comes with that. So when the MTI is gone, your pronunciation is all good. Okay? Okay, thank you. Let's see the next person. We'll go with Sanjay. Sanjay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanjay, yes, right? Okay. Sanjay, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Chennai, sir, Tamil Nadu.
Okay. So, Sanjay, what do you do?
I'm a recent civil engineering graduate looking for pursuing my master's abroad.
Great. So, why did you choose that stream or that graduation subject?
It is actually a very interesting field, and I get a lot. I get the exposure of lots of subjects, and there
Mhm.
are diverse opportunities in this field.
Okay. By the way, what is that subject?
It's civil engineering.
Civil engineering, right? Yes. So, so you want to construct big, buildings and
Yes,
architecture.
yes, sir.
So, so when did you get this fascination of becoming a civil engineer or into architectural thing? When did you get this thing in your mind?
Usually, I was fascinated about the buildings right after my higher studies. I mean, like higher studies in a sense, but after my 12th grade, it was quite fascinating. And the layers of construction work going on, and with recent infrastructure development across the cities, I mean, across the
Mhm.
nations, was I feel that it was a right time for me to choose this field.
Very good. And what do you do in your free time?
Like most most pro, during most free time, I used to listen to podcast. Considering I usually do my course and listen to the podcasts such as based on finance content and business content. So like most of it, this I enjoy doing listening podcasts.
Okay. So you listen to the podcast in English, right? Obviously.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason your language quality is really good. So there's no feedback to be given. You're already good. So try to improve or try to be more connected with this language till you give the exam. And also after giving the exam, also many people start, bothering about the language. No, don't do that. I mean the English language. Till you go to the country, English-speaking country, try to improve your skills and brush your skills on communication skills of English on the language of English. So try to be in touch with people who speak in English and speak with people. For example, you and your friend both you're going to an English country to study or work abroad. For example, try to be in touch with those kind of people. So that you speak every half like every day half an hour or 1 hour. Okay, okay, come, buddy. We'll speak in English for another 1 hour. Whatever we speak, we'll speak only in English like that. If you do these kind of things, if you do these kind of exercise, if you do these kind of habit, definitely your language skills will improve. It is not only for IELTS guys, but to go and sustain in a English environment in a broad country, right, where you have to
Okay,
study and
sir.
speak. So all these things you need to take care of. Okay, good, good. Okay, that's all, guys. That's all for from my end today. We're going to discuss more of part one questions tomorrow. Stay in touch, and thank you for many people have raised their hand. I know I can't ask everyone, but we are going to do more of these kind of questions and exercises tomorrow because time is the constraint here, right? So see you tomorrow, guys. Any questions? If you have any questions, also keep it up. By tomorrow, we'll definitely speak with each other. Okay, we'll solve it. Yes. So that's all from my end, guys. So some people even want to other classes. You can go ahead. Yes, thank you, and have a great evening. Love you all. Ma'am, you can hand over the session. Take over the session. Yeah. Ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So, guys, if you have any questions, you want to know anything about the access to the handouts, the recordings, or anything else, you can just ask the questions by dropping in your questions in the chat box, and I'll surely answer them. You can, Lalit, you can either send in your details, drop in your details in the chat box, and I'll send in your details to the organization. Or you can do one more thing, directly go to the website, and over there you can just access the gold membership from there. For the recorded sessions and the handouts, it's available on the website. Just a second, I'll show you. I'll screen share it and show it to you. Okay, so see, you can directly go to the website of Ubergrad, and that is ubergrad.com. Just go on to your name, My Test Preparation. Just go on to IELTS Academic Comprehensive Live Classes course. It will take you to this window. So if you want to get the access of today's recording, so that would be available to you. That would be recorded and would be uploaded on the website by tomorrow. So it would be available to you guys tomorrow itself. But for today, if you want to just check out the other recordings and the handouts, you can just go onto the website, and this way you can just look at the listening day 1, day 2, day 3. Then we have the reading, speaking, writing. So all the handouts to all the courses, like all the sessions are over here. You can access those. So if you have any more questions, guys, you can just drop in them in the chat box. Else, we can just end the session now, and we'll meet tomorrow for another session. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for joining. We'll meet tomorrow for another session, which would be on speaking itself, speaking session 2. Thank you so much for joining.